We read an incredible Maisa from the great Ramaylich Biramin. Takes us back, going back to the 12th century, the times of the Ramban, of the Rishonim. And there was a sick young boy. The Ramban had a sickly Talmud who carried a deep question. He was destined to pass away at a young age, and before he died, he turned to his rabbi, the Ramban, and he asked for clarity. He wanted perspective. He wanted to simply understand that why had he been given this life that seemed filled with misery, pain, and ultimately ended so young, unaccomplished, and feeling unfulfilled? What did Kadosh Baruch Hu want? What was his tachlis? What was his purpose? And he went to the Ramban, and he poured out his heart, and he said, Rebbe, before I go, I want to understand this. And the Ramban reassured the Talmud, and he said he's going to help. And he told the young man, he said, listen, he said, you're going to go to Olam Ha'emes. You're going to the world of truth, the next world, the world of light, the world of clarity, the world where the Shekhinah resides. And the Ramban promised this Talmud that he's going to write him a kameya, an amulet, to be buried along with him. And this kameya would grant him access to every special, exclusive chamber called Kisis Lemishpat, the thrones of justice. And in that chamber, the Ramban said, you, my dear Talmud, going to the next world, it's going to grant you access to all of the questions. Ask all the questions you want. Seek all the clarity. And especially ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu why you died so young. And make sure to ask, said the Ramban, another question. Why the Jewish nation suffers so many tzaras. The Kachava, this young bacher, passed away. And sometime later, a few months passed, the Ramban was sitting and he was learning Torah near a window, and suddenly the window opened, and in some shape or form, this Talmud reappeared as though he was alive. And the Ramban said, oh, Shalom Aleichem, I was expecting you to come back. The Rishonim lived with a whole different level. We're expecting this neshama to come back, but yeah. The neshama came back through the window, and the Ramban encountered him, greeted him, and said, no, what happened? You went to the Olam Ha'emes? What about the shaylas I told you to ask? Did you ask them, why did you die early? What's with the tzaras of Klal Yisrael? I gave you direct access. I gave you that kameya, that you're able to go to the Kisos LaMishpat, to the places where only VIPs are allowed. And the bacher responded, and he said, Rebbe, with your kameya in hand, I went from chamber to chamber. I went to the Kisos LaMishpat. And indeed, not one malach stopped me in my track. And I reached that chamber, the chamber of Kisos LaMishpat. But I did not ask the questions you instructed me to ask, because Hashem's kindness is revealed in that chamber. And even matters that seem so bad and so uncertain and so dark, in that place, I see that they are solely for the good. And therefore, Rebbe, I had nothing to ask. The perspective is that we don't know the best, we don't know what's best, and we don't have the master plan. But the one thing we do know is that even when it seems dark, even when we do not have the answers, even when the outcomes are not as we expected, but, big however, in the place of truth, in the place of emes, of real light, in the place where the divine providence resides, everything fits perfectly. Everything is truly good, and nothing is missing. There's no such thing as darkness. Feelings of depression, negativity, anxiety, and worry can only exist where our bitachon, our trust in Hashem, is lacking. And granted, it's almost impossible to be perfect, to be a wholesome bal bitachon in all times and all situations, and that's why these feelings arise. But in the place of truth, in that place of Kisos LaMishpat, everything is perfect. As the disciple, this Talmud of the Ramban, witnessed himself when he was prompted and given the opportunity to ask all these questions in this Kisos LaMishpat, he found that there was nothing to ask. Everything there made sense, everything was complete, and everything was good.